Whether you keep them in your home or love to see them in theirs, these are the creatures that bring us all together. Reptiles.
We're going to be delving into the experiences of reptile lovers from around the block and around the world. This is the Reptile Talk Podcast. Boom! What's up, everybody? This is Jeremy Turgeon from Brassman Reptiles.
And I'm Robin. I'm keeping it real.
Woohoo! Thanks to everybody in the chat who has been bearing with us for the last 8.5 minutes as I was trying to figure out what the hell was going on with my audio. But I didn't figure it out, but we're still here.
We're still doing it. We're still rocking.
We're still here. So we're super excited to be talking Amazon tree boas tonight. I'm super stoked. Before we even jump into that, though, if you've missed the information that's been circulating right now, we need to be seriously paying attention to what's going on down in Florida. As USARK Florida posted today, the FWC is contemplating pushing through a safe list or a white list of reptiles and just animals in general, non-native animals in general. Anything that's not on the safe list would essentially create a de facto ban on everything else. Everything else would be considered prohibited unless it is on that safe list. So please, 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 please do us a favor. Just go check out USARK Florida. You can find them on Instagram and on Facebook. Give them a follow. I've been talking with a bunch of different people down in Florida. After getting wind of stuff, I did a live stream with Kevin over at Nerd earlier and talked with Mike Wilbanks and a few other people as well. Just this is not good. The ripple effect of this is got a catastrophic potential to everything animal related. So please go check that out. And in tandem with that, any super chats that come through tonight are going to go to USARK Florida because they're going to need money to help support this. So yeah, any super chats that come through tonight, which we appreciate whenever they do, but any super chats that you guys send in tonight is all that is gonna go right to USARK Florida. So if you have the ability, please throw it over, or just go donate whatever you were going to super chat right to USARK Florida. Either way is totally fine, but they're gonna need that help and support. So that's that. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on that. I want to talk about Amazon tree boas. But I definitely did want to get that out of the way, and I will be hopefully chatting with Phil at some point tomorrow to get some more information on what is going on with that and when we can get him on the podcast to discuss it. I know he's traveling today, and then I'll be traveling tomorrow, so our schedules don't really connect very well. Brian Gundy is in the house. The legend.
I saw that. I was like, what?
Yeah. For those of you who don't know the legends of Brian Gundy, man, this man dives for handfuls of snakes while field herping. And I want to see this in person at some point. At some point I will, but trust me when I tell you Brian Cusco has told me the many legends of Brian Gundy. So I'm very excited for that. All right before we bring Brandon on, I just want to shout out Randy for dropping the super chat, $20 super chat. That's going to go right to USARK Florida. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. And all right, without further ado, bam, we're going to bring on Brandon Kreis and talk some Amazon tree boas. Bam, what's up, dude?
What's going on?
Hey, all right, cool. I was like, oh no, he froze.
Oh yeah, I think I did for a second.
Yeah,
heck
yeah.
What's going on, fellas?
Heck yeah. Not much, man. Not much.
Along, trying to get as much herping in as possible right now.
Yeah, that's the real reason why we were late, guys. Rob was catching toads.
I did see some toads, and I did find an eastern box turtle and a ringneck snake and a worm snake. So hey.
Heck yeah. All right, before we dive into our topic for the night, just shout out to Intrepid Exotics. Definitely need to get some official stuff on the USARK page about the deal in Florida. Yes, absolutely.
Phil was there, right? Phil was at the meeting.
I don't know if Phil was at this meeting, but there was a meeting last week that I know he was there at.
Okay.
So yeah, he's there. He's always got boots on the ground wherever he needs to be. So absolutely. Thank you guys, everybody that's here in the chat. You guys know the deal. Share the video if you feel so inclined to do so. And again, all the super chats tonight are going to go right to US Arc Florida to help them with everything that they've got going on down there. Okay, tree boa time.
Here we go.
Let's get into it.
Heck yeah. So Brandon, for those people who don't know you, what got you into the reptile scene? What got you into Amazon tree boas and all this stuff?
Pretty much the typical story, man. I was born an animal lover, all types of animals, you know. I got into reptiles probably about when I was 15 or 16, about 20 years ago. I got my first green iguana baby, $20 at the local pet store. You can probably imagine how that went. Yeah. We'll just say Pedro never made it to adulthood, so there was that.
Oof. Yeah.
Got my first snake a little later on after that. I started with your standard BCI boa, kept that for a while. I started out slow the first couple of years, you know, just had a couple pets. And then one day I was looking at snakes with a buddy of mine and saw an Amazon tree boa on the internet. And I was like, what the hell is that? Because that thing's badass. And I didn't even know what it was. My buddy at the time, he knew more about reptiles than me. He told me what it was. And it was basically love at first sight, man. So I started getting into them. I found somebody online in the early 2000s that had a couple babies. It was a garden and a yellow, a patterned yellow. They were tiny, dude, like real tiny. I got them. One died shortly after I got it. Pretty sure they came from a gravid, you know, wild caught female. Kept those for a while. About that is when I started going into the typical newbie Noah's Ark syndrome. Started taking everything I could get. Didn't matter. But the Amazons were still like my first love outside of your typical ball pythons and things you'd see at, you know, the pet store around the corner. Then I saw people do all this breeding and stuff. So fast forward a little bit, I found out about reptile shows. Back then, they basically had just sacks of imported tree boas, you know, $40. I would just go buy, no rhyme or reason, I would just buy the biggest females, gardens, just gnarly, nasty, you know, pissed off. The vendors at these shows probably hated me because nothing was sexed. So I told them I wanted females. They had to sit there and probe everything, just get it bit, musked on, just so I can get a $40 Amazon, you know.
Yeah,
it had to be female. So I'd gather a bunch of garden, you know, I just gather a bunch of big cheap garden females, and then I'd get a colored male and just throw them to a couple of them. So that's how I got started. I've progressed over the years. You know, I've tried a bunch of different species, but the love for Amazon has always been there. So that's pretty much it, man.
And for the people who don't know, Amazon musk is the most pungent, disgusting stuff. It is so bad.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, last time Jeremy was over here, I had him help me double check the litter that I got right now, and it smelled pretty good.
Yeah.
It always does.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. 100%. I want to give out a shout out to Timothy for the super chat. Appreciate it, man. And Bionic Benny is in the house. What's up, man? What's up, guys? Here to support US Arc. Need to strengthen the hobby one step at a time, literally, at least for me. Glad we got guys like you. Happy I made it live. Heck yeah, man. We're happy that you're here. Definitely appreciate the super chat. Definitely going to go to a great cause tonight for sure. Thank you again, everybody that's in the chat hanging out with us while we talk about stinky tree snakes.
The stinkiest.
The stinkiest, man. Absolutely. So Brandon, is there I know what you have in your collection right now only because I've seen it, but is there along your path, was there a color phase of Amazon that like always caught your eye where you're like, anytime I saw one, I had to get it?
Honestly, man, back in the day, like a patternless yellow was the most classic Amazon to me. It still is, really. Yeah. Red seems to be the most popular and sought after these days, of course. And of course, I have some of that. But I've really just focused in on having a small group nowadays. That's what I like to keep. I don't like to be overwhelmed. So I just pretty much dialed in. I've got like 3.5 adults right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that much compared to some people. That's just the way I like to keep it, man. But
Heck yeah.
Reds and yellows, man. And calico stuff is cool too.
Yeah, I think that when you have a smaller group like that, when it's like under 10 to 15 animals, you're able to like really dial in your seasons with each of those ones that you intend on breeding. I think that it gives you a little bit more of a touch. Once you get over 15 females, it's like sometimes it's tough, especially because from the times that I've bred Amazon, sometimes they fake you out where you're like, oh yeah, she's gonna go, and then they don't do anything, and like, I don't know if she's gonna go, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I've just always considered myself a hobbyist that breeds occasionally. I don't think I'm anybody special. I wasn't really sure why Jeremy wanted to talk to me of all people about Amazons, but that's cool.
Dude, well, it's because I feel like if I don't give you as much time in the spotlight as possible, then you're just going to end up holding Carnage hostage.
He's like 6 feet away from me right now, so if you want to see him at any point, so you can make sure he's alive, I can pull him out for you.
No, I trust you. So for those of you who don't know, if you follow me on Instagram and you saw my post, the tatted hand holding Carnage next to that insane bicolor girl, that was Brandon's hand holding Carnage. I have no tattoos on my wrists.
It's never too late, sir.
That's fair. So you've been keeping the Amazons for a long time, and we talked a while ago, especially right when I was making that post of those two Amazons about the Dark Grove line lineage of the Amazons, and that's an OG line that not too many people know about. So when did you find out about the Dark Grove stuff?
Well, I remember it from back in the day, man. I used to be in forums and stuff. I don't know if you guys were. I got these two as adults already. I just happened to come across the one I call Trix, the bicolor red and orange. I came across her for sale a while back. The original owner, he bought two siblings and raised them up for 5 years before he sold them. So I ended up buying Trix, and he kept the other one and said he wasn't going to sell her. But I told him if he ever decided to sell her, to let me know first, since I had the sister. So that eventually ended up happening. And so I ended up with two Dark Grove sisters, and those are really just my main focus right now as far as producing. And I've put both of them to my red male atomic. Mm-hmm. And Trix has made some nice babies. Punch, her sister, has been paired this season, and it looks like she actually took. So it'll be cool to have offspring from two sisters bred to the same male.
Heck yeah! Really see where those cards lie.
Yeah.
As once those are born, yeah.
Were you talking about the forums like Amazon Alliance?
Yeah, and even like the old King Snake forums and stuff, back then.
Yeah, I was on Amazon Alliance, but I hated the King Snake forum layout. I could not follow that shit.
Oh, with the all the way down.
Yeah, it like
Yeah.
staggers out,
Yeah, it
so
was
you
pretty
can't just
crazy.
read what's going on. I hated that. I couldn't stand it. So I never did the.
Yeah. It started getting pretty crazy.
Yeah, especially because when you'd get in like 100 comment thread and it's all like staggered out, and then it was just bad. I was trying to learn. I was like, I can't follow this shit, so I just stuck with like Amazon Alliance. I did, what was it, ballpythons.net had
.net,
Yeah.
people post Amazon stuff on there sometimes, and bloodpythons.com forums was where I spent a lot of
Yeah.
time, and nerd forums too.
Redtailboa.net.
Yep.
There was another website. I want to say it was redtailboa.net. I was on there.
I like the Amazons, but not the BCI stuff.
Poor BCI. Us, the Amazon people are like, nah, those ground dwelling, somewhat tree loving boas, they're not it.
It's so weird. They call them Amazon tree boas, but they spend most of their time on the ground.
Right.
Yeah. Surprises people sometimes.
Oh, absolutely, man. Whenever I post something for like an Instagram story or whatever, and I've got to like lift up a piece of cork bark, it's inevitable. I'll get maybe 2 or 3 messages of people that are like, "Is it like sick? Like, why is the tree boa like on the ground?" I'm like, "No, it's just what they do."
Mhm.
He's tired.
Yeah, exactly. This is where he sleeps.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Do
shit.
you keep anything else right now? Just
It's mostly Amazons. I've got a small handful of geckos. I got a male pastel ball python, not to brag or anything.
Hey.
And, I got I got one chondro left from when I was tried doing that for a little while.
not for me. Chondros and me
about
don't
it right
mix.
I dove into it for a couple of years, man, and they're cool, but it just wasn't for me. They kind of bore me a little bit, if I'm being honest. But they're cool.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
still
a
have
tree
one.
snake that just stays in the tree. Freaking lame.
Yeah.
I think it's funny the divide, because like people who are like tree boas, they're always like, oh, I like green tree pythons, but I can't stand emerald tree boas. Or they're like, I like emerald tree boas, but man, I don't like green tree pythons. And it's like,
Yeah,
I like
it's
Amazon.
fun.
Like,
They're
hey
just
man,
cool,
can't we
man.
just get along?
Tree snakes, that's all.
Yeah. No, I appreciate my Amazon tree boas, man. I like not knowing where the hell I'm going to get bit from.
Yeah, it can happen for sure. I will say they're not. A lot of them are not nearly as bad these days as they seemed to be when I first started with them.
Yeah.
Of course, we're
absolutely.
talking about multi-generation captive bred versus plucked out of a tree. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's nice to be able to just pick up an adult Amazon out of its thing and deal with it. You know, not have to worry about it too much.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been pleasantly surprised because I've got a fair number of imported animals, and I've been very surprised at how tractable they have been, and they're not totally losing their minds. Like when the first Amazons that I had gotten, I don't know how many years ago, it's like as soon as you like walked past the enclosure, they're like ready to murder. And so it's like, forget about trying to do anything inside the cage. They've already figured out, like, you're there, you need to die. Like, don't touch me. So this has been nice. I have a couple that are like, as soon as I open up the enclosure, they're like, you have to not come any closer. And then they lose their mind. But for the vast majority of mine have been good.
Yeah, I got one that's still like that, but everything else is not everything else is either like basically hand tame or not terrible to deal with.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and that's when you can really have that rewarding experience, and I mean, I've got a dozen or so Amazons now, and for, like I said, for the most part, they're all pretty pretty tractable and stuff, and to be able to have that that interaction with them where you just hold them. You know, you don't have to worry about, oh man, I gotta, you know, whatever. Like you can just hold them and enjoy them, you know, and they're just gonna check you out and then try to go climb on something and do their thing. That's that makes it that much cooler, you know, when you can really admire them outside of the enclosure.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, one of the things I don't like though is if people are like, "Oh, what's the friendliest Amazon you have?" I'm like, please don't. You're just gonna harass the thing. You're just gonna stress it. You just leave it alone, please.
Yeah.
It's like if you want a snake, you're gonna sit on your shoulders, get a ball python, please.
Not exactly the same. Yeah. I mean, even my friendliest Amazons, I'm not putting them near my face.
Yeah.
You know,
why not, man?
just in case. Just in case.
Yeah, no, totally fair. I mean, for anybody who's never experienced an Amazon bite or a bite from any Corallus species, or for the most part arboreal anything really, it's not an enjoyable experience. But when you look at the teeth on any of the Corallus, you're just kind of like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
So what's your goals with the Amazons? What's your vision with them?
Just refining. You know, I'm not really. It's probably not the most popular thing for me to say, but I don't really care much for like tigers and stuff like that. I like really clean, I like really clean bicolors, really clean patternless, and really just try to refine and make the cleanest ones of those I can.
Yeah, when you see a clean bicolor, that just like takes everyone's breath away.
Yeah, I'm just trying to stay in one little small lane. You know, I work a lot. I got other hobbies, so this is just like one thing I do. I stay in my little lane, and that's it.
No, I think that's like when we were talking about having you on the podcast, I was like, that's one of those things that that I like, you know, about being able to talk with not just breeders, but the hobbyists that's got, you know, a tight collection of stuff. And they're like, no, this is what I like. This is what I'm trying to do with it. You know, this is the direction I want to take it because this is what I like. You know, you're not concerned about, oh God, I got to be able to pay the bills off this litter of Amazons, you know?
Yeah. I mean, if nothing goes for me once, like last season, I didn't get anything, and that's fine. You know, I think I've done 3 or 4 pairings this season, which is on the heavier side for me, but that doesn't mean they're all going to take. So we'll see.
Right.
I'm pretty confident in punch right now, and
heck yeah,
the tricks pairing is looking pretty good as well.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
2 things to look forward to.
Heck yeah, absolutely. Really quick shout out to Christina Hill for the $10 USARK Florida. We have to stand together. Whatever happens in Florida sets a precedent for the nation. Yes, and yes, absolutely. And anybody who thinks that that's an incorrect statement has not been paying attention to all the Tegu insanity that has been slowly creeping its way up the southeast. And I think we should also be paying attention to Georgia for that as well, because I was just down there for a couple days, and literally all over the news, they're talking about the invasive lizard, the tegu. So it's probably only a matter of time before we see something happening in Georgia around tegus. So yeah, we need to make sure that we're involved however we can be. Otherwise, we're only going to be keeping corn snakes out here.
Dude, I was just talking to Kristen about this earlier. I was like, this theoretically, you know, with this proposal right here, this Daytona could be the last Daytona.
Yes. Yeah, it's true, because we're talking about like if it's on that ban list or the not safe list, that's it, you know. And I was just talking with Nick Bettini before jumping on here, and we were like, man, you know, it's really easy to amend a piece of already in place law than it is to pass a law, you know. So anything that they might decide later on that's not safe, they can just throw right on there, and FWC doesn't need to go through a due process for that. They have the ability to just slap it on, and then the next day, you're a felon.
I think the big thing is that they are harping on anything that could become invasive in Florida. And it's like, theoretically, they could make a case that almost any reptile could be invasive in Florida.
Yes. Yep. And I mean, but
So,
dude, I mean, think about feral cats, feral pigs, all that stuff that does immediate damage to the ecosystem on a far greater level. Think about like an invasive feral cat probably does 5 times more damage a day than a tegu.
but they're cute and cuddly, so.
Yeah, we can't go tell people to start, drop kicking cats.
Yeah, it's sad.
Okay, no more Debbie Downerness. Oh man. So Brandon, with tricks, you were saying that you've gotten like calico-ish kind of stuff out of her before. That was one of the reasons we were talking about utilizing carnage and stuff. So what in your eyes would be like the craziest thing to see pop out of that litter?
A Carnage Junior. That would be pretty sweet.
Hell yeah.
Well, here I've got a rack right here. Here's one that I've been keeping my eye on from her last litter with Atomic. It's really been developing nice.
Is that number 5?
Hold on. It's number 5. Hold on a second here. You know how this goes. All right.
Yep.
So
yeah, look at that.
This one's been developing pretty nice. They pretty much all started out, mostly looking solid red, and I've gotten quite a bit of different development coming in now. They're right around a year and a half. I've held back the whole litter so far. For one, to see how they develop, and for two, I'm not sure how much breeding Atomic has left in him, so I don't want to get rid of too many just yet, until I see what comes out of her sister. So
right.
Then I've got, we had some that are like mini versions of Tricks with the red and orange bicolor, real clean, and just some different versions of red that are still changing. And,
yeah, man, I need to get a
red Garden.
Hell yeah. The yellow and orange bicolors are just like something about those that just like really tickles my brain in the right spot.
That's another classic look, in my opinion. Just that clean yellow orange bicolor. I'm working on a pairing with that too right now, so we'll see if that takes.
Oh yeah!
Heck yeah! So, Randy's been in the chat. He said that he's your cheerleader, Brandon. But he says, "Where's number 9? Because you're holding
Randy's
out."
Randy's the man. Number 9. Number 9 is has been red. It's had the most speckles this whole time. Just been starting to show some of the patterning coming in.
Damn,
red.
That thing is so red. It's so saturated. Damn, and it's just chilling on your hand. It's like whatever. That's awesome.
Yeah. Getting back to that, I think they've had a bad rap for a long time, and I guess for good reason, honestly. But these days, man, they're really not too bad, and I think more people should start getting into them. And well, people have been getting into them lately, it seems like. But yeah, man, they're cool. Extremely variable.
Heck
yeah, the amount of variation that you can have in one litter is like one of the things that really draws me. It kind of reminds me of Borneos, where it's like you can breed these two kind of similar looking things, and you can still get a few animals out of that litter that are completely different looking than the parents. And I love that shit.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Like, that's a species I don't know much about, but it's cool when you guys post up about them.
Oh, yeah.
I have to catch up. I've just been staring at my Borneos recently, and then like Rob every day has been like posting pictures of raise up Borneos, and I'm like, I need to go take mine out in the sun and get some good pictures. Like Rob can't be hogging all the Borneo sunlight.
Look, man, Matt Minatola's been crushing it. And, some of the stuff that he's been posting pictures of recently, I'm like, I'm losing my mind over here. I'm like, dude, Borneos, like he just, yeah, he goes quiet. He went quiet for a little while, and then he's like, oh yeah, you guys forgot that I'm the best Borneo breeder in the world. Well,
yeah. Here, check these guns out. Yeah.
I can't wait to see what he hatches out this year, man. I'm so amped.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, it's gonna be nuts.
We got to run an ad break at some point.
Yes, actually, yes, you're right. I didn't even realize we were that far in. Okay, we're gonna run our ad break, and we will be back in about 2 minutes. So we'll see you then. Black Box Cages, located in Buford, Georgia, is your one-stop shop for all of your caging and rack needs. Owners Jen and Clint are at the helm of this fantastic company. With one of the shortest lead times in cage and rack manufacturing, Black Box can satisfy anyone's needs. From baby racks to V70s, arboreal and terrestrial caging to deep-fronted bioactive enclosures. You can find everything you need right here. New enclosure sizes and products are added frequently to their availability, so be sure to check back often. Black Box Cages have tons of customizing options for lighting and heating. Along with that, cages and racks can be stacked with metal stacking dowels, and all cage joints are dadoed for improved durability and stability. Most cage units are flat packed, but are pre-assembled prior to shipping to ensure a solid build every time. The Micro, XC18, XT3, Bio-G, and 3-stack V70 ship assembled, and all other racks are shipped freight and assembled. The XR16 and XR20 model racks allow keepers to mix and match tubs. Fitting both Vision and Freedom Breeder tubs, you can mix the V15, V18, and V35S tubs, or the FB5, FB8, and FB35CV SC tubs. This kind of flexibility allows keepers to raise their animals from hatchling to juvenile or subadult size before needing to upgrade into adult caging. Don't just take our word for it. Go to their website to see countless customer reviews and review videos from keepers all over. To learn more about Black Box Cages, follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Black Box Cages, and of course their website, www.blackboxcages.com. Links to their socials and website will be available in the podcast description. Bam! We are back from that. Shout out to Black Box Cages, our full year supporter. We appreciate that. If you haven't checked them out already, go check them out. And if you have Amazon tree boas, you need Black Box Cages. That's all.
Just saying.
That's all I'm saying. They work pretty well.
I need some.
Yeah, that's right. We gotta get Brandon to get a whole room of Black Box Cages. Then I won't feel so bad when I have a whole room of Black Box Cages.
That's next on the list.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. Which one are you holding now? Is that number 9? Or are we just teasing Randy?
This is number 1.
Okay, all right.
He's just trying to go somewhere else other than here right now.
Oh man. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. So what's been the craziest looking neonate that you've ever produced?
Probably back in 2019, I bred Atomic to another female of mine, called Moana. Actually, she's a big, just I don't even know how to explain her, man. Lavender, but she's got a lot of just random scale colors mixed in there.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a way for me to send you pictures on here, do
you? Maybe, but I don't know how to do it. So.
Okay. I saved this picture because I almost forget about the snake. It ended up passing away after a while, but let me see if I can show it to you like this. I don't know if you remember this one.
Oh yes, yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. Thing's crazy.
yeah, I was like super excited about that thing. That whole litter was pretty much a disaster. It was mostly a stillborn litter.
Mm-hmm.
That one was alive, and another one with a kink in it stayed alive for a little bit, and then they both ended up passing. But that litter was just so variable, man. It was a little bit of everything in there.
Damn.
Trying to repeat that pairing this year too. So
Heck yeah.
we'll see. There was even a paradox stillborn in there.
What? That's
yeah,
fucking
black
crazy.
and orange.
Oh man. Well, fingers crossed.
You know how
fingers
it
crossed.
goes.
Something close comes out like that.
Do you ever see the paradox ones over in Europe? I think it was Vanja Paris had them. They were like just these crazy paradox.
Yeah, there are some gnarly ones. Yeah, they're crazy.
Yeah,
It'd be cool to have one.
Absolutely. Shout out to Amy B. Agree with Christina. United we stand. That's right. For sure. Absolutely. Again, anybody who might have just tuned in, all of tonight's super chats are going right to USARK Florida as they're dealing with their own insanity. Speaking of insanity, just because he's here and he has to give everybody shit, Limey asked if you can keep this litter alive.
I'm surprised it took this long.
No, he's been here. I just haven't highlighted him yet.
Fair enough. I can't see any of it.
Oh yeah. He's said a few things. Some of them won't be repeated on the air.
That's all right. I know where he lives.
This is true. He got me pretty good at the end of last week's live stream. I was not expecting it either.
What will we do without him, man?
That's true. That's true. Life up north got kind of boring without Limey. I will say that the show's lost a little bit of luster, or maybe they gained a little bit of luster.
Pizzazz. That's what
it was. Pizzazz. The foreign pizzazz.
Well, since we're all in the same state now, we should probably all get up sometime.
This is true. Absolutely. Can Limey get up? Does Limey get up?
He just needs a blue pill, but he gets up.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I'm just gonna say I don't know.
Oh man, too good. We love you, Limey.
Yeah, we got to get together, do some herping or something.
We actually do.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I got plenty of woods around my house. I get copperheads, box turtles, all that stuff around my yard.
Look, man, I am frustrated about the copperhead situation down here, and it's driving me insane.
Dude, give it a little time. We're just now in spring.
That's what everyone keeps telling me, but like everyone's like, "Oh, copperheads are everywhere. You won't be able to. You step out your front door, and a copperhead's gonna stare you in the eyeballs." And I'm like, "Where are all these copperheads? I've been hiking in the woods every day for 3 hours for 6 months, and I have not found one copperhead."
Yeah, they're making you put in your time to earn it.
Yeah.
I guess. I thought that they were just going to be like handing them out at Walmart because, like, the way that people talk about them down here, they're like, "Oh man, yeah, the copperheads are everywhere." I saw one in my garden. I saw one at Aldi. I saw one when I went to the swimming pool. They're everywhere.
Well, you always find them when you're not looking for them. That's when I always find them.
I know that's going to happen. I'm going to be at work. I work where I'm going outside all day servicing people's houses. So I know I'm just going to be servicing somebody's house and boom, it's going to be there. And I'm going to be like, well, I can't hang out and take pictures of this right now. So this sucks.
I just want to highlight.
Oh yeah. You'll see one.
I just want to highlight Limey's comment because this is exactly what I told Rob. It's been winter. Rob?
I know that, but I've been herping so much, and I've found other snakes. I found so many other snakes. I found salamanders. I found box turtles. No copperheads. What is the deal with that?
Dude, Rob has gotten spoiled
I
because
have.
we
I
came
have.
we
Yep.
came from the frozen tundra that is New England
Yeah.
to a place that has a very mild winter in comparison, and he was still able to find herps. So now he thinks if you find one herp, you have to be able to find them
I have
all.
found snakes every month since
Just
December. Okay.
immediately.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Well, you're doing better than a lot of people right now so far. So
Yeah, the only reason that is because almost every day I
copperheads.
go out and spending a couple hours. Today I spent 3 hours or 3.5 hours out there. Yesterday I think I spent 2 hours. Like every day I'm out there because it's so close to me. So like why not? Why not spend a bunch of time out there? Last weekend was a 3-day weekend. It was cold. It was in the 60s, and I was still out there every day. So I mean, I got a lot of snakes here, but I want to see more snakes.
Meanwhile, I want everybody that's
Never
listening
enough.
to recognize that Rob said it was cold, comma, it was in the 60s.
Yeah, it was cold, man.
We're both from Massachusetts. The 60s is t-shirt weather.
Hey, I'm with
I
him.
don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable in a t-shirt unless it's 80. Like today it was 80 degrees and I was like, I feel good right now. I don't feel like I need a sweatshirt. When it gets down close to 70, I'm like, okay, this is not comfortable anymore.
Have you seen any rat snakes yet this year?
I found a dead one in the road yesterday. Crushed me.
Motherfucker.
Absolute terrible. It was like, it kind of looked like it could have been alive, and I was working. So I was driving down this road in the middle of nowhere. So I pulled off to the side of the road, turned around, pulled up, and I look out the window and I was like, oh, I had guts all spilled out of it. And I was like, man, that sucks. I pull over to the side of the road.
Yeah.
I had gloves on. I pick it up. It twitched for a second, but it died immediately. Like as soon as I picked it up, it was gone. I was so bummed, man. So bummed. I haven't seen any black rat snakes yet. Kristen found one black racer, but we found what? We found queen snakes. We found a black racer. We found garter snakes. We found lots of worm snakes, brown snakes, earth snakes.
Yeah.
I think that might be it.
Stuff.
Yeah, all the common stuff.
Yet again, just want to point out.
Still good, man. Still good.
It's winter.
Yeah, well, it's winter, but also we came from a place where most of this shit didn't exist, Rob.
That's a green snake. Yeah, for real. I found more species here than exist in New England, and I'm still petty about it.
And he's
Like,
still
I was
mad.
And it was in literally wintertime.
Yeah, and it's been winter.
Right, January through the end of March, and he's like, "Oh, I'm not finding enough snakes." I'm like, "Dude, we could still be in New Hampshire and looking at snow." So
Yeah, true. Jake sent me a snap that he found first snake of the year this week or yesterday, and I'm like, "It is what now? It is April. Come on." Yeah, I guess that puts it into perspective. But still, I'm so glad I'm not in Arctic tundra land anymore.
yeah,
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
I hate the cold. I hate it so much.
Limey strikes again.
That's okay. That's okay. This is something I will wholeheartedly take the abuse for. I am whining right now. I am complaining, but I feel like I herp a lot, so I should be finding more.
Fair enough, Brandon. What's the craziest thing you've found in your yard? Because I know you've got quite the property there.
Man, spotted salamanders maybe.
Ooh.
Heck yeah.
spotted salamanders, copperheads, black rats, all the brown snakes and small stuff like that. Plenty of box turtles in the summertime. Nothing like crazy. Probably the spotted salamanders, just because that was probably the least expected to see in my yard.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah, dude. Dude, I remember the first time I found spotted salamanders in Massachusetts. I was like, "Oh my god, this is
I think that.
so cool!"
I was like, they're so big, because the first one I found was like a little one, and then the next one was like a big one, and I was like, holy shit, that thing's huge.
Yeah,
I found like different sized ones in my yard too, like little babies and then big fat ones.
Mm-hmm.
There's like this little certain spot of leaf litter that they like.
Yeah. I feel like when you find an adult, you're like, "Holy crap! Like that's a big salamander."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
dude. Supposedly, eastern part of North Carolina, you can get the eastern tiger salamanders, and I'm like,
that.
oh really?
That I would lose my mind.
Hey, look, I know people in this state, in different parts of the state, that have good spots if you guys just want to go see stuff.
Yes,
like the mountains,
I do want to go see
stuff like that.
Yeah, dude. I was looking at some of the distribution maps on like different species, and I saw those green salamanders are found like way, way, way west in the state, and I'm like, I need to make a trip just to go see those, because they're just so fascinating to me, dude. They're like this green and black salamander, and I'm like, oh my goodness. And they live like in mountain areas, like climbing moss rock ledges. Like they're not just like on the ground. They're like arboreal salamanders. They're so freaking cool.
Hell yeah.
Just want to see him. That's all.
Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah. I feel like that's probably the coolest part about the state is there's quite a bit of diversity for herps, and it's widespread diversity. Like, so it's not like you're going to find everything in one location.
Yeah.
You know, like Massachusetts was like, you're going to find these, and you can pretty much find all of these everywhere. Except for a couple things.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, one of the buddies I'm talking about, he actually lives in the mountains, to the west of me. He's really cool locality: corn snakes, king snakes, rattlesnakes, tons of different salamanders. I mean, so it's maybe 45 minutes from my house, 45 minutes or an hour. So if you guys ever want to do something sometime, we can try to plan it out.
Hell yeah.
Heck yeah.
Hell yeah.
And while we're also on the topic of all being in the same state, I have to do a shameless plug for the Carolina Herpetological Society, because we have our first open meeting happening on April 24th. It'll be at Lake Norman State Park, right in Troutman, North Carolina. So anybody that's in the Carolinas, if you want to come join us for that, all the details are on Facebook. Just look up Carolina Herpetological Society, and you'll find all of that. So I'm super stoked for that. And then our May meeting will be in South Carolina. More details are coming on that soon. We got to be able to nail the date in for that. But yeah, I don't want to spill all the beans on it. I know Rob's super amped.
I'm so excited for the meeting, dude. Like, that is, I'm gonna show up 2 hours early, and then I'm gonna stay 6 hours late, and yeah, that one's gonna be.
Yeah, that one's gonna be fun for sure. And then from June on, hopefully we'll have a centralized location that we can be meeting at a more consistent time for that, at least once a month thing. But yeah, super excited for that. Limey says he won't be there, which means we'll have a good time. So
Damn it.
It's okay. It's all right. That means when he finally does show up, it's going to be interesting.
As I say, I gotta put my Speedo away because Limey's not gonna be there. Jeremy, you got a new bathing suit today.
Don't let that stop you.
We're not supposed to talk about that, Rob. What happens in Daytona stays in Daytona. Oh man, Brandon, I'll have to send you a message. I don't know. Did you see the post I put up today unboxing those carpet pythons?
No.
Okay, so I got them from my buddy KJ down in Florida, but there was a whole conversation that happened where he convinced me to buy a snake while I was down there. I wasn't supposed to buy any snakes, but he convinced me to buy a snake, and I was like, I'll buy this snake, but you need to give me this. And that was however many months ago, and I almost forgot about it. And then we were talking recently, and he's like, "Hey man, like, I want to get these snakes to you. Weather's warming up. We're looking good to ship, and blah blah blah." So I was like, "Okay." And he's like, "Do you remember the Daytona deal?" And I was like, "I vaguely, man." And dude, he delivered on that. So I'll send you the pictures. I had people in my DMs like, "Did he send you like
Fair
some
enough.
phallic object or something?" I was like, no. I wouldn't have laughed that hard, but
It's even better.
yeah.
Damn. Now I hate I missed it.
Oh man, it was good. I knew I had to do it. I knew I had to do the unboxing on camera because I knew there was going to be something in the box, but I didn't know. I couldn't remember 100% what it was. And then as soon as I saw it, I was like, I remember this. Oh shit.
Oh yeah, I should make cupcakes for the meeting.
Yes. Oh yeah. So that brings me back to what I was going to say. So the meeting's at Lake Norman State Park. So it's, come have a good time. You can bring your family. It's a great place. If you've never been, it's wonderful. I love going out there and just walking the trails. But it's bring your own lunch. It's in the afternoon. So the board is going to bring, general light refreshments and stuff. But if you're going to stay and hang and everything, definitely recommend that you bring your own lunch and hang out. There's plenty of cover inside and outside in case it rains and stuff. So, yeah. So back to the Amazon talk. Randy's bringing us back. He's asking me what I did with that when do I get that red Amazon with the yellow head? What are my plans with the Amazon? So,
yeah.
So that Amazon I think I got that before I moved down here, actually, from one of my buddies down in Florida. It's an imported animal, and we were going back and forth on it for a while, and I finally was able to get my hands on it, and it was cooler in person than it was in the photos, and in the photos it was pretty cool. And he thought that it was a male, and it turned out to be a female. So I was even happier about that, because then I knew I could throw it to Carnage and a whole bunch and Hellboy and all that stuff. So I was super stoked about that. It's just a really bizarre animal, and in this most recent shed, there's some black speckling that's come in, almost like a black calico look. It's very interesting. So I'm intrigued to see how that will develop. So her head is bright orange, and she's got these blotches of black, like grayish black on it. It's very, very unique. So, and my plans with the Amazons, I'm loving the red stuff, obviously, just to be a follower of the trend there. The red stuff has always caught my eye, though. I'm really interested in doing like the clean bicolor stuff. Like I really like the bicolor tigers, but that are just like stupid clean, like some of the stuff that Rory was producing. Just those stupid clean.
Those are the tigers I like.
Yeah, exactly. Like though, every time I see him posting those, I'm like, I don't need it.
Yeah,
so
I'd take one of those in the collection.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So I think I might have to get my hands on one of those. I am certainly expanding on the Amazons this year. I'm probably going to double the size of the Amazons this year, and then depending on what things look like, I might double that number. But because I have a problem, but it's easier to feed 40 Amazons than 100 ball
Crazy,
pythons.
dog.
True. True.
But it's not easier to clean that many cages of Amazons.
That's fair, but I'm here for it.
I'll say also, it's a lot easier to feed that many
pythons,
Amazons, babies.
True.
Cleaning day seems to take a little longer with the Amazons.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested now. The auction addiction is real. Clint from Black Boxes in the house. The auction addiction is real. Yes, absolutely is. The addiction is real. Yeah. I mean, auction addiction is real too, man. If I get enough beer in me at Tinley, there's some bad choices made at the auction. But yeah, I mean, I think between probably this year and next year, with the stuff that I've got breeding for the Amazons, a lot of the growth of the collection is just going to come from holdbacks. Rory's got some stuff that I'm interested in, but I don't want to go hog wild buying stuff when I don't even know what I'm going to be producing from my own animals, and I know I'm going to want to hold some things back. So, so we'll wait.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. I mean, hell, with this litter that Brandon and I are working on, we might, we'll do our split, and then who knows, 6-7 months down the line, we're looking at offspring and be like, I'll swap you that one for that one.
Yeah.
So
sell babies on the next go around.
Yeah, exactly. Just keep them all back. Don't worry about it.
I've got one Rory animal in my collection right now. It's a bicolor, yellow-orange bicolor.
Dude, his bicolors are mint, man.
Yeah, he's got some incredible animals.
Man, so we'll see. And a lot of people have been buying them and posting them up lately too. So there's going to be a lot of Rory blood floating around here in the near future, besides just the stuff he makes.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been great to see the attention that the Amazons have been getting recently. Because now people are starting to realize, like,
yeah, man,
hey, these are gorgeous, gorgeous snakes, and they're not the evil tree monsters that they've been portrayed to be for the last 20 plus years.
That scrubs are.
Yeah, man, yeah. There's definitely been some people putting in the time and effort over the years, and sticking with it, and it's starting to show.
Hell yeah.
Heck yeah. All right, so we are wrapping up our time. We've gone past our hour mark, which is cool. That means you didn't suck, dude.
Thank God. Guess it depends on who you ask.
Oh man. So we always ask our guests one final wrap-up question. So that question for you is, what in the realm of reptiles, be it something in your own collection or something that you've seen online scouring the interwebs, what in the realm of reptiles has you excited about reptiles right now?
Oh man, I hear you guys ask everybody this question, and I still wasn't ready for it. The realm of reptiles. Well, I'm just going to go with Amazons, man. A lot of progress has been made, and some really cool stuff is popping out, has been popping out, and I just want to see what keeps happening with that, really.
Hell yeah,
dude.
That's where it's at, man. All right, if people want to find out more about,
more people start getting into them.
Hell yeah. If people want to find out more about the work you're doing with Amazons, where should they look you up?
I'm on Facebook, Brandon Kreis. I don't do a whole lot on there. I'm more on Instagram. That's snakeman_BK. I just post stuff on my page that I think is cool and post stuff in my story sometimes. That's about it.
Hell yeah.
Oh, wait. What did you do to Mike today, Brandon?
What didn't I do to Mike today?
Bruh.
That's every
Listen,
day, baby.
every single time. It's usually on Fridays that you post something messing with Mike, and I laugh my ass off every single time.
I gotta get him riled up for the weekend.
Bruh.
Rob, it's literally the equivalent of like us and Dan. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, I know. I watch it.
Oh man, too good. Well, dude, I appreciate you coming on and hanging with us and just chatting about Amazons, dude. It's been a blast, man.
Yeah, man, appreciate it. Hopefully we can get up sometime soon, man.
Hell
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely. All right, that wraps it up, guys. Next week, I don't know who the hell we're talking to because I'm not looking at my phone, but you know the drill. We'll tell you. See you guys.
Take care.